10 grand on Everybody Loves Me But You, which is not bad for an album, but it's 10 grand out of pocket.
Oh,
you know?
You better believe it.
So I realized I couldn't do that very many times because I don't have a trust fund. So
That's right.
the next album I did was in 2006, and it was called Nasty Habit. Again, I don't have a copy of it here. And that I recorded on an iMac with the old Cubase format for recording, with a Chinese knockoff mic that costs $100, and it sounds pretty darn good.
Chinese knockoff.
Yeah, and so that I did that, and then I did another one called Americana Blues. So I had a studio in the house at the time, and I did that a couple of years later. And that one had I had a few friends come in. Laura Creamer, who's on the After the Storm album as well, who sings with Bob Seger and a bunch of name people has through the years, and a violinist named Dorian Chea, who's great, is great, and so from that I did this album in I was touring with a guy named John Amos, and we started this project in Houston, and then John and I went our separate ways, and I decided to go ahead and just finish the project that we'd started. And that turned into After the Storm. So that was recorded in Houston, Texas in 2010, I believe. Houston is a great music center. I mean, there's a lot of great musicians that come out of there through the years. Real important blues mecca. And I
there's a hell of a lot of blues guys.
Serious players. So, I used Jimmy Rose on drums, Ed Starkey played bass, Mark May played guitar, Skip Nalia, and I don't think Skip played on this track. Anyway, this one that you're going to play, which is called Holy Land, was written by myself, John Amos, and Chip Lazauskas, who's a Houston guy. And it just shows it's what we did in the studio in Houston in 2010. I try to each album kind of takes on a character of its own, and I like that. I don't like to keep repeating the same thing. I like to mix it up. I mean, because I admire artists who do that. I mean, Neil Young's like that. I mean, we don't really know what Neil's going to do, and that makes it interesting. He might do an acoustic record. He might do a full. He's done punk albums. You don't know what Neil's going to do. He did an album called Feedback one time. It's like nobody knows. I like to do that too, just because it keeps it interesting for me, and because I grow, I change as a person. I'm not the kind of person that's I'll look different next year. I'll change from year to year. I'll be different. I'm a changeable person, so my music changes too.
Here we go. It's Holy Land. It's off of the album After the Storm. David Vidal with us, and when we get back, we are going to play some more music. He's got some really cool stuff, and yes, we need to do a David Vidal music retrospective at some stage of the game.
We'll do it.
Here we go. It's Holy Land, and it's here on the Jiggy Jaguar Experience.